Heck yeah. All right, I had something come on. I don't know what it was. I hit the button too fast. You know, it might have been a thing saying, hey, you're too dumb to live stream. I don't know. You just never know these things anymore. It's hard to say. Hey, all right, let's get this. Actually, I probably need to plug this in. I got good service now, but I'd like to make sure it stays that way. I don't think this will take very long. We're going to find out. That's what I know. I just know that's a super cute drawing. A little horse and a sunflower. And it's going to be tricky to get that sunflower in there, down there in the corner. But we're going to find out what it's like. I can tell you that. Let's see who we got here. What's going on, Dad? Glad to see you. And hopefully we get a bunch more in there. I'm going to carve this relief carving. It's a piece of poplar board. And it was chipped off naturally at this end here, which kind of works out good, I thought, you know. So I got to dig all this out anyway, so whatever. But I hope you're doing good, Dad. We've been working our guts off since I got home from work, getting stuff ready for the show next week. We're out here painting like crazy and whatever. So there's nothing in here at all. There was a Groot, ain't a very good Groot, and there's one other bird, and then I've got all the big stuff that was sitting down there in the grass to do, and a couple other pieces that was up here. But we pretty much got everything else done. So let's get right into this, and we're going to use them cedar batteries I've been bragging about in our chainsaw there. I'd say we're going to be all right. We're going to use electric. Last week I was talking to Baby Kisses about that, and she really liked that electric. I like the electric. I thought it was pretty nice. I'm going to start out with a mask. I don't think it'll last very long with it, but we'll see. But let's see if we can carve that. You know, I ain't expecting like a billion people watching or nothing, because, you know, I mean, it's not loud, and it's not loud, heavy thunder rain, you know, but that said, it'll still be cool. Now, I've never carved a horse in my life. I don't know. Honestly, I could probably go to John Cutter and it'd be a lot lighter. But I said I advertised this as doing it electrically, so that's what I'm going to do. I love how that thing just slings the big balls of sawdust. And it really does, too. It does a good job of it. Heck yeah. I almost got this thing in the way too much, but I'm going with it. It'll be all right. I know one thing, this thing's got a lot of power with that 8 amp hour battery. Oh no, you know, give me a little chest, you know, show off a little chest here. That's what we got going here. I don't know, I've never carved a horse before. It might look awful. Yeah, I'll see. Take some of this out. Alright, same thing here. But I don't want to take too much out because I got to dig this sunflower out too. But I guess I'll need to cut it from this side. So we'll see if I can do that without being in the way too much. It's kind of hard. throwing enough dust that I think I need to be wearing a mask, so I'm taking it off. Okay. Listen, if I'm sneezing like crazy tomorrow, I'm going to say the horse gave me COVID. How about that? Okay. You guys can agree with that, right? That, or in some counties in the state I live in right now, CHD or EHD, something like that, with the deer disease is like a big deal right now. A lot of these deer are getting sick, but hey, we only got 11 likes. Come on, guys, hit the like button. All right, let's see. Anyway, I'll say that the horse gave me that. EHD, and it also give me ear, mouth, and nose disease. How about that? All right. Well, I don't know about my ducks, but I got my excuses in a row, don't I? Horses are horse, of course, of course. Somebody else is going, I just knew that fool was going to go there. And you'd be right. Boys and girls, just because you see me do this doesn't mean you should. Hey, we went from 11 to 25 pretty quick. Keep hitting that like button. I'm starting to like you guys. All right. Heck yeah. I think he is, Elvis. Man, this guy's called me fat. I used to like these people. So far, so good. I think at some point I'll have to flip it over or to the side or something, but I'm going to dig as much out on this side as I can. And I got to tell you, I am enjoying not having to hear this thing scream. You know, I mean, it is nice to have electric saw. Now, that comes with a disclaimer. I like the power of the gas saw. You ain't getting it out of this thing. And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I try to blend them in, but I just want to get all my lines cut out and dig them out, angle some of them as I go. That brow, obviously, I got to take some of that down. I might as well do that now. do like how this thing oils too. It really oils good. And that might seem kind of insignificant. I mean, you know, well, yeah, they're all going to oil, you dummy, but yeah, they got oil. That's for sure. But it's kind of noticeably nice, really nice. I gotta be honest with you guys. Horses kind of make me nervous, and I'll explain why. They can so easily just bite your face off, and most of the time that doesn't happen. But occasionally, just occasionally, it's like 1 in a million. They bite somebody's face off. They do it. And zebras are even worse. Why would you have a zebra? Why? Why would you have a zebra? That's the dumbest thing. Set it free. I just thought it'd be cool to have one. Yeah, it bit your kid's face off. What do you think now? Well, we can throw it back on. I still love my horsey. Yeah, I'll bet you do. Dropping that thing off the Burger King. Hey, don't y'all make it my way? Something like that. Somebody does. Remember that horse we had out back, Peter? What are we eating tonight? Yeah, you know. Uh-huh. There was an accusation that the fast food chain. I don't think it was actually an accusation. I think it was a fact. But that said, they will remain nameless here. But a somewhat famous, I say somewhat because it wasn't McDonald's, got accused of taking, horses and making horse meat, using it and feeding it to you guys. And let me tell you, I did like the place around that time. And if they were serving horse meat, it was pretty good. I mean, I'm not trying to say I wanted you to hurt. Let me tell you, if flame broiled horse was a thing, man, as it was a thing at that time, I think they were kind of doing it right. I remember there's a lot of liars and false stories, but whatever. I don't know. Okay, so some of these angles, these edges that need to be taken off and smoothed out, and just the angle of that, it's just not very. It's not going to work. So I think I'll come around to here, zip this out, and then we'll dig our flower out and then go from there. And then I might have to roll it over. And the eye, I haven't given the eye much thought yet. I think I probably ought to cut in there and in there, but kind of do it. Let's just do it. Worst thing, I haven't screwed it up. Okay, that still leaves us some ball, it might work out. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine because there's still plenty there that I can use it at MANPA and actually turn that into something. So, yeah, I'm not coming. I'm not excited about it at all. I think it'll be good. It's gotta have, look, it's mainly women that like horses. So, and not to be chauvinist, some things are true, fat people can't run as fast as skinny people, for the most part. There could be some skinny people that have asthma and things like that, but there's just certain things that's true, like women like horses more. So, you gotta have a little bit of that My Pony look, you know what I mean? Just not a lot, but you gotta have some. It's gotta have some. Like cowbell. It's gotta have cowbell. Thinking about the best angle for me to gouge that ear out and you still be able to see it. Of course, this one here is facing the other way, so it's not an issue. But this one here, we need some depth in there. And I think I can reach over where the phone is sitting and get to that, but we're going to find out. Y'all hit the like button. That's what I know. We went up to 53 fast. Thank you. That ear some depth. That looks pretty good. I think I can come over, well, here's the base. So I got to dig some of that out in there. So let's do that next. We give it some mane hair, but I'm not gonna like body hair like I would an eagle or a bear or something like that. Yeah, because a horse hair is just typically really fine. At least every horse that I've ever had. I mean, I'm sure there's like a woolly mammoth horse here and there, but most of them, their hair is really fine, and don't want to get too carried away. All right. Dig that out a little bit. That's just looking pretty good. I mean, it's looking like the drawing anyway. Not too bad, not too good, pretty good. At least, in my opinion, you know. That's a, who's he think he is? Think he's Picasso or something? Guys talking about his stuff looking good? I do like working with poplar. Poplar's easy to work with. This is good stuff. I mean, a lot like, it's got some similar characteristics to white pine, but honestly, I think it's softer. So this whole section's got to come out, but I'd rather dig my flower out first. Now that I got that far, I mean, all my basic lines have been cut except for this here will have to be flipped over, and I'd like to take more out of this too, but I think it's the same thing. I want to turn on the side and work on it. So a little bit at a time. Let's get and start cutting our flower out. That way we can call it wildflowers and wild horses. Y'all hit the like. What do we got? 59 likes already. That's pretty good for using an electric saw and, you know, just some guy making racket and carving My Little Pony, you know. Okie doke. And I'm using these senior batteries, by the way. It's pretty good stuff. And I don't know, you probably guess, or we don't have it set up yet, but we're actually an affiliate of the product. I think here I'll pull these with a pointy burr to get the rest of the flower in, but I'm going to do the outline of it and dig it out. And then the circle circumference, I'll do the circle circumference with the chainsaw, and then I'm going to pull lines through there with the pointy burr too. I don't know if I'd call it a wildflower, really. I mean, it's a sunflower, but anyway, you get the point. Let's get this circle out too. We started yesterday on finishing stuff for the Backwoods Fest in Thornville, Ohio next week. And man, I'll tell you, I cranked out a lot of finished products yesterday and today. I'm asleep good. Dug that out so that I'll be able to pull the burr. Now I want to take a good bit of that out of there to bring that out from here down. This is good down here around the stem, but, and I need to cut right there too, don't I? Yep. that'll look good. By the time we dig all this out, that's going to look pretty good. The horse looks pretty good, other than this up here has got to still be dug out yet. And I like to smooth this out. I just think I'm going to be better off to do them when I tilt it. But we'll dig out everything we can right here. And y'all be sure and hit the like button. Man, that's pretty good for electric chainsaw. We up 66 likes already. 25 minutes. I'm pretty happy with that. I appreciate you guys being in here watching. So we're going to be able to say how long these Senior batteries lasted. We're already up to 28 minutes, and I've really not stopped that much. It's not really slinging it, so I might want to stop and put some more oil in it real quick. Let me do a little bit of this here, and I'll make my mind up. Yeah, that's pretty dry. Let me stop and put some oil in here. You know, I mean, gotta have a little lubrication, get the job done. And I like that thing throws a lot of oil. It just makes that change. So when I got this saw, I got this from Hot Fire Saws in Logan, Ohio. And the guy made me a heck of a deal on the saw. And I told him it ain't no good to me unless I can carve. So he made me a 1/4 pitch sprocket so that I could put my 10-inch carving bar on it. And yeah, I know you can't see me, I'm hiding. That's just back here. I mean, you know, whatever. I got this thing up so tight so you can see it. But he made me a sprocket, a 1/4 pitch sprocket, adapted it to fit this thing. And I've never used it with its original bar. It came with a 16-inch bar and a 12-inch bar and brand new chains and all the stuff. And I'd have to change the sprocket back over to use any of that crap. But, you know, I'm going to use it for making little stuff and having quiet lives where the only sound of rattling is this fat guy right here. And hey, what are we up to? 69. Maybe we get to 100 in a half an hour, 28 minutes. Appreciate you guys. Let's say hi to some people. Big Dog, what's going on? Big Mex, this came from your house, buddy. Hey, Raja Bendigahana, Possum, what's going on? Baby Kisses, one of my favorite. Heck yeah. Big Dog, heck yeah. This is one of them, Big Mex. Hey, Dr. Raphael Islam, how's it going? Possum 350 Legend. EW, the electric wither. There's only one, and he is the best. All right, guys, we're going to keep right on rocking. This thing shut off on its end. Let's see if this thing starts throwing the oil. Yeah, I'm starting to see it. You can see it now. See how it's starting to lay that color? that dug that out basically, and I don't want to dig it out any more than that with that. I mean, I'll just sand it and leave it to itself from there. But like I gotta smooth this down a little bit because my sunflower just all of a sudden bends that way, and that doesn't look good. That's not gonna be hard to fix though. So we'll just take a little bit off. And so now I'm gonna start looking for things that need done before I flip it over. I can dig this down a little better. Take that line, make that line. So especially considering that this is an electric saw, I like it. I'm throwing that much oil down. It just makes my battery last longer. I'm gonna go ahead and tilt this thing. And it takes the peel, the visual peel away. I understand that. But I gotta tilt it. I can't finish it without tilting. So it is what it is. And I got like 5,000 screws in this thing. And then I don't have 5,000, I have 5. And I know we're all a little dramatic sometimes, you know what I mean? But I'll tilt it, and then I'll tilt it back up after I get it done, or get the carving done with the saw. And then, man, look at that battery's running on that thing. I might have to go in there and get my DeWalt battery adapter for my Cedar battery and put my Cedar battery in this thing, because this DeWalt battery's about done. Don't get me wrong, they're good batteries. It's just that's the one I got out here. Okay, I'm missing one. No, okay, they're all out. So let me tilt that like that, and I'll back it up for now, so I can cut that top out. It still looks neat, even upside down. What do you think of that? Not too bad. I mean, now listen, if it was a pineapple, you might be concerned, but it's not. It's a horse. I don't know about that guy. Yeah, me either. Okay, yeah, that one is this battery getting pretty low. But I got one, and that was the neat thing. Is Cedar made adapters for their PD Nation battery. They made adapters for like 10 different brands. They make an adapter that you can buy it that'll fit. If you have multiple tools, you can buy adapters and it'll fit all them tools. Okay, turn this thing back on, see if we can't get this off of here. So I need to leave some of that hair. I gotta be careful there. Dig a little bit more of this out. But anyway, if you're slinging that kind of oil, it's helping save your battery. The chain flow, the chain's moving easier. Look at that. I put that big gouge in there. I have to clean that up. Can't believe he did that. Well, you didn't know he meant well, did you? The guy's been a screw up all his life. Some of that out. I like it. Not bad for first horse. I don't think it's bad at all. I'm going to be doing a Brutus Buckeye carving. That's the plan. Same kind of deal. It's going to be a relief carve like this. And I think that's really it pre-electric tool. I think we're ready to use some different stuff now. I kind of gouged this out pretty good. I wouldn't mind kind of digging that out a little bit. Sometimes you have these wise ideas, and sometimes they work out. Well, it didn't today. The only thing that happened is I got a lot of strings in my hair. Let's see what we're up to. 75. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. That'd be pretty awesome. We'll take it. All right, I'm going to take this back out and turn it around, or turn it back up. And I don't know how much more I could find to do with the saw. I mean, there's probably a little bit I could dig out yet. But I want to get my sunflower and get my eye done and all that. And I guess I really don't think there's anything. But that's the plan tomorrow. The boss lady wants me to do a Brutus Buckeye. And so I think that's going to be the plan for tomorrow night. At some point in time. Clean time, every time. Between 8:30 and 9. Yeah, that battery, man, I'm surprised it's even working at all. And the thing is, I mean, like, I hate to go in the house and get another one, you know? I don't want to stop, if that makes any sense. Here, let's move that up a little bit, or turn it that way. Wait a minute. Hey, look at that. Why did you guys tell me I was making a horse upside down? I don't know. He is a pineapple, ain't he? And no more battery, man. I couldn't really afford to be making mistakes like that. But I did. Now that I think about it, I've got a DeWalt fan. And it's probably got a good battery in it. Let me get this thing stuck with one battery and hold on. I'm gonna blame you guys. You always blame the people who watch. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. You guys didn't tell me that it was upside down. Just like Weckham, right? No, you know me. I don't have no problem with taking responsibility. Sometimes it's fun to admit you screwed up. Actually, let's go. Look, I'm telling you, that's a dead battery there. But hey, it's still working. Can't knock it. I only put 3 in. Now with it pretty much dug out, I don't think that I need 5 screws in it. I mean, no, I need 3 screws in it. But okay, so we'll dig these out first with a burr. Let me get this pointy burr, and it's gonna make a lot of hair, like frilly pieces. I guess I don't know how to translate it, but it's gonna make a lot of furry looking pieces, you know. But we'll make it work. We'll dig it out. What are we up to? 79. Okay. Hey, we got 55 rubies. How about that? Hey, LJ, what's going on? John, glad to see you. Baby kisses. Heck yeah. Possum 350 legend. Woodchucker. What do you know, Woodchucker? What's going on? Billy Shoemate's got the ice cream. All right. Awesome. Well, it's in line to gone, so I'm just having to wing it. looks pretty good. By the time that's painted, I mean, you'll be able to tell it's a sunflower. That's the important part. So let's go ahead and do the eye, and then I can work on sanding some of the edges off. But I like it. It's looking pretty good. Not too bad, not too good. Up to 85 likes, we'll take that. Somebody must like this thing. That's awesome. That's so awesome. It's so wonderful. I've had such a good time. Okay, here, hold on a minute. I think that's gonna be the one. A big one. The big one. Yeah. If I dig that in there, he's gonna have a big eyeball, but you know what? He's gonna have big eyeballs. So horses have big eyeballs. What if he's a little horse? Yeah, that's a good point. He might be a little horse. I might be a little horse in the morning. I'm gonna take and dig that. You know what I do? I'm gonna shut the tool off. I'm trying to unplug it and I hadn't even shut it off yet. I can't believe I did that. Yes, I can. I know me. I'm gonna take and clean that eye up a little bit more before I do some sanding and have to put that mask on, which is no fun. But I'm liking it. I like this guy. Not bad. All right, look. If you're gonna make this guy cute, maybe you ought to have some eyelashes. What do you guys think? Some eyelashes? Yes, no, maybe. Eyelashes. I say eyelashes. You can't always ask the peanut gallery. There you go. Put some eyelashes now. It looks like it could use a few more. You know, it looks like he's been, she's been hanging out with a YouTube influencer. And, they were bad influence, trying to get her to party too much and try to look pretty for all the boys. They're only supposed to look pretty for one boy, all right? Who you talking about, you chauvinist? Oh, man. Yeah, it's so hard. Hard and hardy. Laurel and Hardy. That's one of my tools. Okay, running? All right, I didn't break it. All right, that's good enough. All right, put the mask on while that thing spins on the ground. And do look cleaning this thing up. But I think it come out great. I'm really happy with it, how it looks. Overall, it looks pretty nice. Thank you, good. think maybe the finger sander on a little bit of these edges, and then I'm gonna burn this thing. This thing's pretty good. I'm happy with it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a long carve, and honestly, as busy as we've been, I don't really want one. Yeah, I don't want to get too carried away and be on all night or whatever, but not too bad. Hey, we're 6 likes away from 100. That was my goal, was to get 100 likes. And we'll always say, hey, Kevin Dorica, LJ John, Heidi Shoop, what's going on? Glad to see you. Anyway, I really like this thing. I'm glad I made it. You know, heck with it. I'm happy. I'm gonna burn this dude now. Clean it up real good. I don't know what the girls will do. If they'll paint it or they want to leave it like that, I don't really care. I just know it's cute the way it is. And it's gonna burn good. Oh, that oil is stuck to it. Heck yeah, see how the oil stuck to the ground. Come on, baby. What do you think of that? Can't get the torch light. Think I'm done? What are we up to? 95 likes. We need 5 more likes. Let's go. leave the horse that color. I'm gonna try to brush some of that dirt off of it. Some of the oil's got the dust so heavy that I can't even knock it off with the gas. So we can't breathe some of that out. Seems to be working. But I'd say, probably looking at it, the horse, probably leave the horse the color, or they might paint the mane a darker color, or maybe I'll burn the mane a darker color. Let's find out. But the horse color is looking pretty good. And then they'd only have to paint the sunflower. And that looked pretty good. Or me, I might end up painting it. I don't know. But I'm just saying. Girls, they've been helping out, so it is what it is. What we up to? Ain't moving no more than 95 likes, man. These guys are stingy. What the heck? I suppose you could leave it like that. I mean, I would paint the eyeball, but that's it. I suppose you could leave it like that. That's a little overburn, and I might hit that with a washcloth before I try to sand it. Maybe, I don't know. Might be a good idea. I just know it looks really cool. It's come out pretty good. I don't think we're going to hit that 100 likes, though. It is what it is. Can't hit them all. We're up to 96. I do have some other stuff that I can start burning on. Let me put this over here. And I got a lot of burning. I've actually got a lot of burning projects to do. And I can start on it, actually. Let's see if this thing's got enough battery to take this horse off. So that's what you got. It's a horse, of course. All right? Unless it's a famous one. Okay, let's see. Hey, baby kisses. Big Dog. Hey, guys, help Big Dog, formerly Big Mex. Help him out. If you have not stopped and subscribed to Big Dog, be sure and subscribe to Big Dog while he's on here. That way you know you got him. Help him out. This wood came from him. He gave it to me. I got a truckload and about I don't know, I'd say it's probably about 1/8 of a trailer load, but it was a lot of boards. And you'll laugh about that, Big Dog. When I pulled in my driveway, it all came loose. Everything that was on the trailer. By the time I got down my driveway, the boards were coming, which my driveway is a little rough, but it is what it is. I mean, it's a 1/4 mile of gravel, so it kind of is what it is. But anyhow, so that's that. Horse is a horse, of course. And we'll work on that some more tomorrow. Get him cleaned up and painted up. Like I said, I probably might hit that overburns with a washcloth to see what happens. Let's burn some stuff. I got some stuff here that I can start on for tomorrow that I was going to wait till tomorrow. I got a bear over here and a pumpkin. He definitely needs a good burn. The whole thing will get painted anyway. So who cares, you know? He's still got to have his nose work done. And that's cute, you know what I mean? He's trying to get out. You know, he got in there and realized he was too fat and can't get out. That's awful. Oh, well. All right, let's do it. This is when people stop and they start watching. That's what's funny. I'm going to turn the gas on. there is nothing frilly left on that thing. It's all ready to sand, give him some eyeballs, stuff like that. So I'm gonna start. I might as well start him and sand this. The pumpkin's got to be sanded. The bear is good. I mean, he don't need any more help. He's looking pretty good. Just got to do the eyes and clean the nose up. Give him. This all needs detail added and nose holes and all that. And they give him some eyes that you can barely even see the eye socket back here. In fact, that bit I just used on a horse, I don't even think it fit in there. But that's all right. I got smaller ones. Let's find out. Nope. Wouldn't even make it in. Actually, I don't even know if any of my bits are going to make it in there like that. I might have to take that in there and try to put the eye in with the flex shaft, I'm guessing. But it is what it is, you know. Not too bad. Ain't that crazy? Got 3 more likes just for burning this bear. I mean, let's see. We get over 100. I'll burn another one real quick. And actually, I got this dog. And I'm going to carve white ear paws in this sign he's holding. That's what he is, it's dog carving. That's kind of hard to see like that. I mean, he's too high, you know. Don't say that very often. This is a dog. Yeah, that's what he is. There's a sign there. Wiper paws is going to be. I think I'm going to do this guy. Go ahead and burn him. Clean him up. They all got to be. I got like 14 or 15 pieces over here that all need finished. I think it's 16 actually. There's a pumpkin down there where I've been carving. A big pumpkin, great big pumpkin. Now, I haven't made up my mind yet. It's either going to be a German Shepherd or a Husky. I'm leaning the Husky. I know I was leaning toward Husky or German Shepherd, but right now he's just a smoking dog. Yeah, I don't know. Keep burning. Hey, it got me one more like, so let's burn one more thing and see if we can't get over 100. Okay, we got this bear in the stump. Same thing, mouth open. I like making them their mouth open. You know, it's like, hello, I'm here. And let's get this guy good sanding. Get him all cleaned up. Appreciate all them rubies, by the way. I got all these pieces that they're hard. They need their eyes and, you know, like this one. These eyes, nose holes. That kind of stuff done. think I'm gonna leave the bulb this color. I'd say it's pretty crisp, wouldn't you? All right, so this is going to be my huckleberry. I'm going to go ahead and finish this one right now. We'll go ahead and give them eyes, give them nose holes, get the job done. Sounds like an air compressor. All right, plug that in. Now this bit might be too big. That's way too big. Yep. Yeah, I swear that's what that noise is. It sounds like an air compressor. Which my neighbor, he's about 300 yards away, and he's building a pole barn. But I mean, they just started on it, so it might be that the contractor left the air compressor out there. It's hard to say. I think, I don't know. He may be building this up. I don't really know. I haven't looked. Haven't been watching that close. I can't see it from here anyway. I can only see it when I'm coming down my driveway. Okay, there we go. Figure out a good bit for this. We knew it wasn't going to work for that pumpkin either, so let's see. What do we got going on here? Okay, 101. We'll take it. Hey, Kat, what's going on? Glad to see you in there. Heck yeah. Yeah, guys, if you have not subscribed to Big Dog, that's Big Max. Help him out. Get his new channel going. He got hosed by the man. You gotta watch what you say. You never know. But he got hosed by the man. That's all I can say. I don't know the whole story. Let's say it this way. He thinks he might have got hosed by the man. There, that'd be. All right, I don't know. I know enough to know, but I don't know. Yeah. Now, I do get this one though. Somewhat match that one. Yep, that's going to be as good as it's going to get. Yeah. That's a clean bit. Yeah, pretty much. That's yeah. I don't think you can really see that from there though. You can't even see what I did. It's kind of sad. Sorry about that. I can't help you though. Okay. So, I'll tell you, I got to change this disc out. This thing's pretty well hit. Where's the new one? I got 2 left. I got a lot. I got a lot to do with only 3 discs total. The other angle grinder's got one in it too. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean the beak up. And can I hit the trash can? Oh no! Never be in the NBA now. Okay. We're gonna clean that muzzle up and take some of the sharp edges out of the ears. And I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and paint the bearer itself, the bare body, in black. And it's gonna be. We'll leave the log like it is. I like the color. It's not bad. It'll work. You could sand it, but I think it looks just fine like it is. Now this is gonna make some dust. Where did I put my mask at? There it is. I need to change that filter out yet again. It's pretty brown. Getting pretty rough looking. Yeah, give this guy, give him some nose holes. Not too bad. You can see him a little bit better there for a second. All right. Plug that in, and then I'm going to blow him off and paint him. I can get the black on. I can get the white that goes in his eyes first. like that. I'll go with it. I'm going to have to put a little wood filler where one of them worms was at, right there on the top of the nose. And it takes a lot away from it. And that's the downside of it. You got to deal with it in some way. So let me, well, I actually just burn it off. I'll burn all the dust off. Might be the easiest way. Easier than firing up the leaf blower. Good enough. Let's start this dude. Might as well. Black. Where's the black? Right there. That's walnut. There's the black. All right. Heck yeah. See who we got on here. Got Cat's Piece, Woodchucker, Billy Shoemate, Kevin Dorica. What's going on? Baby Kisses. Big Dog. Heck yeah. Funny to watch those bugs, you know, they when they know they're about to die, you know, they act pretty funny, you know, like, oh, we gotta get out of here, and you know, it's like, yeah, it's too late. Didn't quite make it. I remember saying something about I was gonna take the edges off the mirrors, but they just really wasn't that bad, so I didn't worry about it. Somebody might be saying, man, don't you think you ought to be wearing a respirator? But yeah, but how would I get high if I and see stuff like you know, magic mushrooms and flying turtles and stuff like that if I was wearing a respirator, you know? I mean, what fun is that? I'm just kidding. I don't want to see no flying turtles. I'm not going to complain about the mushrooms, but I don't want to see any flying turtles. I think I'll sand the ears out, too. Which, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to do it tonight, but just give him nice white ears. But that's, you know, better than a stunt. Like, obviously, I can't spray the nose, but I can get a little bit in the mouth. Yeah, there we go. It kind of darkens it up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have to be finished with brushes. Do the nose. The eyes are good. Just gotta have to. Well, on the eyes, a lot of times I got to go back and either put a white ring in, or paint the whole thing white and give it a black pupil. I find it's easier just paint the whole thing white and then, you know, give it a black pupil. That's just seems like it. But that's him so far. That's about as far as we can really go with that guy. So we let the black dry. Here, I'll show you everything. Really burnt so far. Let's see. Let me get this. Get a little better look at him. He's a cute little guy, you know. Time he paint his nose, you know. I mean, the rounds of his mouth had to be painted black in there a little bit. It's a little messed up here, but it is what it is. Nobody cares. But paint the nose black. Little line in the face. Thanks, Cat. Clean yours out with the finger sander once that's all dry. And, you know, cute little bear in a log. You know, it's the same thing we was going for with this guy here in the pumpkin, you know. But this is what we got left. We got all this pile of stuff piled on top of each other. And then this guy over here and this big bear. And that's a cardinal, and there's a trout down there. It's like a limb, and then limbs on a rock, and the fish is under the rock. It's kind of it's hard to visualize it. Right now, it just looks like a big old piece of butter. You know what I mean? But hey, that's what we got. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to do another flat piece. It's going to be Brutus Buckeye. That's what the boss lady wants me to make, is Brutus Buckeye. And so maybe we might have this thing all painted up and ready to go. You need a big dog carving. Send me a picture. That's a good possibility. We can get that done by the end of the year. Heck yeah, I appreciate that. Creation Dust 777, the best chainsaw carver in the world. In case you guys didn't know, yeah, you got it right. Yes, go Bucks. OH. All right, there it goes. Cat beat me to it. Billy got it, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm busy right now, Chucker. That's what I'm getting at with Big Dog. Right now, I am blowed out busy. So it'd have to be like November, December, really, before I get around to it. But that's it. That's what I got. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Like I said, we're going to do Brutus Buckeye. It'll be another flat piece like that. And that's what we got. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Hey, Mark, what's going on, man? Let's see. Anna Tour and Tunes. Oh, you're so silly. You're such a nice guy. Somebody give him a spanking. Man, Billy, he was on it. He gave him a spanking. Do you have a boyfriend? There you go. I'll bet you he got a pretty good shock out of that, didn't he? Hey, Marcus, no problem at all, buddy. We'll catch you tomorrow night, and that's what I got. I mean, I'll be out here from probably about 1 or so, just trying to get all this big stuff done as much as I can. But I can't believe how much I've got done in 2 days. I mean, as far as finish work, this is an insane amount. We had all these candy corns and pumpkins and cardinals and all this crap to paint, and I got a lot done. But that's it. That's what I got, guys. Let's see. Let me ask my wife. Yeah, no doubt. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Come back when you can stay later, you